Hey everybody! Alright, today is cutting day for our new pink and white fragrance bomb soap. Exfoliant fragrance bomb smoke soap. So come on over here. Come on, drag yourself over here. You can do it. Look, look. So I got a few more than just the ones that we did on TV. I mean on the YouTube. Now these I did as a special class for my class members, my club members. You can be a club member. If you'd like to be a club member, it's $4.99. And there's the lady that paid, and she is from another country. Seems like it starts with a J. I have been messaging her on Facebook, and she is not responding to me. And so, if you were this nice lady, would you please respond to me on Facebook? Okay. All right. So, we have our wonderful fragrance bomb soap. And isn't that pretty? Neon pink. We've got just a little V over here. Hey! Of sea salt. And what scent went in here?
That one was passion fruit.
The passion fruit went in here, and the pomegranate went in this color. And then we put them together, and so this is like a little fragrance bomb exfoliator corner. And we're excited to cut that and see what it looks like. And then I'm always saying when I do this soap, if you want to save a few of these out, not mix them in and then push them in at the top, you could do that. And finally I remembered, I think it looks good. I think we could have saved more and poked them in at the top. Next time I might just poke them all in. Forget randomness. And this is our lotion bar. It is full of all kinds of wonderful oils in the superfights. Can you name them?
No.
Come over here. Come over here.
I don't think I can name them
Come
all.
here. You got to show them your cute ass. Back up. All right, pull it up. Isn't that cute? She's got stars on her butt. Ah, it's so cute. I know. She's got stars on her butt. I can't help it. Anyway. And oh, I got lots of, what was it we was doing?
You were talking about the lotion soap.
Oh, yes. It's got cocoa butter and argan oil and avocado oil. Does it have almond oil? I don't remember almond oil, no. And shea butter and coconut oil and olive oil. And there's lots of it, more than normal. And so that's our lotion bar. And then when you put all those extra pieces of colorful soap in it, it makes it extra big. So it's like a super value. And then this is our checkerboard soap. We did a class on this one. Ooh. I never, ever, ever I've never told the recipe to this in my entire life. Unless I'm old and senile and can't remember. And I think I can remember this. That I've never told the recipe to the Gigolo Joe. And I've had people try really hard to weasel it out of me. And I've never told it. What do you think? No. I know. So, men like to smell this way, and their women like them to smell this way. And matter of fact, their women will steal their bars and they gripe about it. And so I did a free class. This was a pandemic special. I did a free class where I gave my club members the actual recipe for the essential oils. So if you would like to be a club member, you can join, and then you can see the free class, because the free classes never go away. And then we did our Boo Boo soap, and we did our Ylang soap. What do we call that? Sexual libido soap?
I think so.
Yes. It's got poppy seeds in it. Here, you can see them.
Poppy seeds are a very good exfoliator, by the way.
Well, I tell you, I put it in there because it feels like a teeny tiny finger massage. And then this is our sea salt and kelp bar. Let me get the sticker off of it. Isn't that pretty? Sea salt and kelp. This one here is very popular. Sea salt's very healing, so a lot of people use it for skin things. And then I'm so excited to cut that one.
I am too.
And I would cut this one first. I want to cut it first, but I can't. I have to cut the white soaps first. So you'll have to bear with me. We got some Grandma old-fashioned large soap that's got to go. But I want to talk about Essential Depot fragrance. This is our Essential Depot passion fruit. We did have a little bit of a faux pas with that. I'm going to tell you about it. And if you watch the video just before this one, you can see me making it. And then that is the Essential Depot pomegranate, which we think is to die for. And then we used neon pink. Ah! We hadn't used that one yet. I couldn't believe it. Because I love pink. I'm pretty in pink. I've always been a pink girl. All right, hand me one of them white ones. Solid white. We got to do the solid white first. Now, if you want to... Oh, don't beat it up. There we go. This is... It's like Play-Doh there on the side, so I just put it back. This is our grandma's old-fashioned lard lye soap. There is nothing in this but lard, water, and glycerin. And I put, how much glycerin did we put in at the end?
About...
Uh-oh, some pink got on. Look at there. That pink is trying to get away.
There was a piece on here too.
Get it off. Did you
I
get
did.
it off? Oh, thank you. We put 6 tablespoons in there, didn't we?
Yeah.
So that's 3 tablespoons per loaf. And that's all the additives it gets. And look at those big old massive bars. If you go to www.kimberlymcnutt.com, you can get the recipe for this on the free recipe page. And it's very simple. You can sell these bars as cheap as $3 and make money. But I think I sell them for $3.50. And they're just beautiful. Bar number 21. This is the absolute best soap in the world for people that's got allergies or their skin is just raging and they just need to take a break from stuff. Get rid of the chemicals and the cleansers and the detergents and just calm their skin down. Grandma's old-fashioned large soap. Work every time. All right. Let me hand some of these over to you. I'll take that one. And I need a dry towel before you go to taking these over there. Oh, she's so good. She beats up my soap and then she remembers my towel. I don't know. I might have to keep her. And somehow we didn't put a sticker on this one. This one's bar number 21. So we got to make a sticker, piece of paper, anything, it don't matter. And we got to put a paper on this one so that when you go to wrap it, you'll know what bar it is, because that is, if you just mark everything, label crap, I'm telling you guys, when you make your soap, if you got more than one crock pot out, stick a sticker on your crock pot with the number or the soap you're doing. And on your super fat bowl, put you a sticker. On your essential oil container, put you a sticker. And then take one of them stickers and put it on top of your soap whenever you're put it in the mold. And then put that little sticker on one of the bars in the curing rack. And you will be happy you did. You know, that's made a pretty picture. I don't think y'all can see. That's not allowed. Isn't that pretty? I thought to myself,
That would make a pretty picture.
yeah. All right. Would you plug that back up? Yeah. We'll just have to post about that. Maybe I should keep you like that. Y'all can see so much better. Y'all don't need to see me talking. And that's bar 21.
I got it. I put a piece of paper on it.
Here comes our pretty soap. Ooh! Look, it's doing a photo shoot. It's winking at you. All right. Here it comes.
That looked
Look
like
at that.
it was hard to cut.
I got one that didn't get a cube. Well, it got a little tiny piece of one, but it got two this way. But let's see what else we got. Oh, that's pretty. It's got a green one and a black one. Ooh, I love it when they get multiple ones. And it's got a little green one on the top. Isn't that pretty? That's pretty. Got some of this is the Black African soap, and that's our Spirit Lifter soap. Oh goodness, somebody is asking a question and has sent money to get, I believe, to get their question answered. Ooh, look at that one. Isn't that one pretty? So, let me just take one picture, and then I'm all yours. I go to get me soap off me finger. All right. Let me hand them over. Look at these. Next time I think I'll poke more of them in there. Aren't those pretty? Oh, it might be the cat though.
No, it's not.
All right, I'll hand these over to you. Do the hand sanitizing thing.
Hello. Would y'all mind sanitizing your hands for me? Thank you. I'll be right over there.
There you go. So now we can do the new one. I can't wait. But I just didn't know how that neon pink was going to respond to my cutter. And
I'll be right there.
I've got a second cutter, but I know how insidious the activated charcoal is. So I know I gotta have a separate one when I do that. Oh no, I got one more to go. I'm so bad. I'm so bad.
You almost done it though.
I know. See, here's my little sticker, bar number 16. I set it on top of one of the soap there on the curing rack. Ooh, that one's pretty. And you know, a red one would have been so pretty right there. Yep. Next time we're doing more. It's just all there is to it. And every one of these got a cube on the top. Every one of them. I like that. Ooh, that one got 3 green ones. That's our sniffer. There's the other half of those 3 green ones. And this one got 3 of the African black and a sinus. I'm going to sit them on our work table. And then she will divide them up onto the cart once she gets done with the wonderful customers. All right, now I get to clean this up for my pink soap. Woohoo! I can't wait. I can't wait. All right. Now, what I thought would have been fun was to have made up some white soap, possibly unscented, possibly add the passion fruit to it, and have little white cubes up on the top. And I think that's what I'll do next time. And put the sea salt in there. Ooh. And now, sea salt is always lightly brittle. So always be really it's really fragile when it's first cut. Just be real gentle with it. Isn't that pretty? I think that one's going to sell very well. I'm so excited about it. Isn't that pretty? Let's see what it smells like. Oh, yes, the passion fruit is like a little balm because the passion fruit is only in the white one and the pomegranate is in this one. It is just so awesome. Now, this was our little faux pas. My employee is new and she was stirring, and this is a good learner for anybody else. She was stirring the sea salt, and I don't think that actually it was because she didn't stir it enough, because I think I remember, and I could go back on the video, but I believe that she actually stirred it quite well, and then I come in and stirred it, but I can't remember. But I put, I think, too much fragrance for this portion of soap. This one here, I put 2 ounces in this, and then I wanted this extra strong. I put 2 ounces in this small portion, and I think it was just literally more fragrance than the soap could hold. And so I ended up with a soap that is a little damp with scent, but that will just dry right up. It just a little, some of it came out because it was just more than it could hold. So when you're doing this, if you decide to do this, it was 2 ounces, and that does 2 loaves. So it's an ounce per loaf of here and an ounce per loaf of here. But we need to cut that down some or stir it better. I don't know which yet. So now, let's see. Somebody. Well, that didn't do it. Oh, there it is. Well, now, Ellie, Thom, Thom. Hello. I'm so excited. You're just such a wonderful person to donate to the Soapy Cause. Thank you so much. I thought maybe you might have a question. If you come up with a question that you'd like answered. Thank you, Deb. Oh, you just ordered a Gigolo. We've been out. We have men that buy the Gigolo, like buy 12 bars at a whack, 10 bars at a whack, or more. And because of the pandemic, our hours had been different, and we didn't make soap for the first 2 or 3 weeks of it. And so we went out because the men come, they still hit us hard online for the Gigolo Joe. And so we're flat busted out of Gigolo Joe. So we've got to let this cure, and then the Gigolo Joe shall come your way. Yes, you do, Jenny. You need to go and get on the class page. You can only get on the free club page on Facebook or the secret Facebook club page if you are a member. And you can become a member on, whoop, I know, y'all went for a ride. Y'all can become a member at www.soapykisses.com. Let's take a picture of that. Woo! Oh, that's pretty. All right, I gotta hand it over. But first, what do you think of the smell? And you got to be really careful with this part until it cures. This is our sea salt. It can be a little crumbly if you hit it. Okay? What you think?
Oh, I love it. Oh, that.
Isn't it like a little fragrance bomb, the passion fruit?
That's exactly how I thought it would smell.
It's so awesome. And see, you can see the little tears. Now, if I had just put just the right amount of fragrance and I didn't stir it well enough, this would end up with not enough fragrance. But I think I just put too much. So I'm not worried at all that this soap is going to smell bad. All right, because these are sea salt, I like to just barely, see how I'm doing that? Where the salt is, just barely running my finger over them and making them pretty. And I'll let you do that over there now. Yeah. And you always get little chunks in your cutter, but don't worry about it. This is normal in sea salt. The one thing that you can never do, though, is never put your sea salt in until you are ready to mold. It will stiffen up your soap and it won't mold. You have to wait until you're right at ready to mold it and then put it in real quick like. Stir it up in there really good. Add any little bits you're going to and mold it. Whew. Isn't that pretty? I like this one here. I had a little bit of a free shape. Isn't that pretty? And you patent it for me? All right. And it just smells heavenly. I'm really excited with the scent. I think even after it cures, it's going to be perfect.
This one's trying to fall apart.
Yeah, just lightly touch it and it'll be fine. And to show you, whoop, see it just, when it's first cut, it's a little bit crumbly, but that's normal and it looks just fine afterwards. Okay, so look, there's our purple soap from last week, right? Yep. All right. Got that in our bucket. And we're going to get our other one out. And we're going to start with our sea salt and kelp. And always put your kelp on the bottom. You saw, all right, how I got some crumbly on the sea salt. We don't have a sticker yet because it's a new one, so we hadn't numbered it yet or named it for sure. So I always put the soft, moist kelp soap on the bottom and put the sea salt on the top and then swirl the kelp soap over the top of the sea salt. And then that crumbliness that you saw that I was dealing with on that corner is non-existent almost in this soap. See? No problem at all with that. Isn't that awesome? I just love this soap. Oh, now, on the kelp, you can't put it in until the soap is ready to go. Same way. If you put the kelp in and let it heat, stay in the soap and be hot, it starts to cook, and then your soap will smell just like fish.
I forgot to put your earbuds in.
Oh, I did. Well, they're over there in the case, so I suppose they didn't connect. Isn't that pretty?
I just noticed that you didn't have them on.
Yep. And I accidentally cut it with the sticker on there, and the sticker didn't cut. And that's bar number 27. Sea salt scrubby bar. And you got to always make sure that you use sea salt and not regular salt when you're making these kind of soaps, because the sea salt will be fine, but the regular salt will constantly sweat because it's drawing moisture from the air. It just does it. We don't know why exactly, but make sure you get sea salt when you're making your salt bars. Aren't those pretty? I gave you the sticker, didn't I? And I hope my class members are watching. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I woke up yesterday morning with no electricity, and the whole county had gone out, and so they told me. So I had company too. My husband's son was with us, and it was just too much. So I said, I'm going to just have to wait a day. So this is actually day 3 instead of the next day, day 2. All right. Now we'll get to do the checkerboard. I'm excited. I love this checkerboard soap. I named it the Gigolo Joe for that movie AI that happened years and years and years and years ago, before some of you were even born. Uh-oh. That's a 27. More, and somehow we didn't put the sticker for the Gigolo Joe, which is 26. So I need you to make a sticker for 26. Somehow, we just didn't do it right. Dun da da.
26.
Woo! Isn't it pretty? Isn't it pretty? I love the checkerboard. You can do this in any color. I do it in the activated charcoal, and I just love this soap. Sometimes you'll get a little variance like this right here. It's very rustic and natural, but yet also artistic and professional. Look at that. It's doing a photo shoot. There we go. Aren't they gorgeous? And I gave the recipe for this one. And one of the only things I have to tell you for a freebie, here you go, is this the store phone? Is don't put your activated charcoal in till just right ready for molding, because the activated charcoal begins a process, in my opinion, of making the soap stiffer, a little bit. It's like sea salt in a way. It's a purifying. It draws out impurities. I don't know exactly what causes it to do this, but if you put it in your soap too quickly before you're ready to mold, it will not be as easy to do fun little mold tricks like this right here, and you won't be as happy. But if you put this in right at the last minute, and if you're doing the old way,
Would you mind sanitizing your hands for me?
Eh.
Would you sanitize your hands for me?
thank you, we'll be right there.
I'll be right there.
If you
It's right up there on the counter. Okay, yeah.
if you put the activated charcoal in too soon, it just starts making the soap stiffer, drier. It seems to act like it's getting too cold too quickly. And it's much harder to mold, and you won't be near as happy with your results. So put your activated charcoal. And one of the things I've done, if you're doing the old style cooling method, I've been teaching a new way to my club members. But if you're using the old style cooling method, so that when it gets done cooking, you turn it off and you put the lid sideways and you stir it every 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 10 minutes and slowly cool it down. You can go ahead and put your super fats in, but take 1 ounce of the oil from your super fat, and of course make sure it's liquidy, melt it, whatever you need to do, and add your activated charcoal to it, and then set it on the side, and then wait right to the last minute and then put it in, and you'll be happier with your finished product. And I love the top. I love the design of the top. I do that with a thermometer, a manual thermometer, the little stick. I know I showed that on the video. I really think I showed that. Oh yeah, that was to my club members only. So for club members, this is what it looks like. Isn't that adorable? I love this stuff. And you could do other colors. You could do pinks, blues. You could use other additives like the kelp. You could use majorium. and do a green. You could do a sinus soap like this. You know, I do this one as a man soap. Now, look at there. This mold is just slightly smaller than the others. So my husband will be so tickled that he gets that bar. Look, you see? I just have a couple of molds. I firmly believe that shortly after selling these molds, that the Essential Depot company came in and asked them to make it like a fourth of an inch bigger, because this mold was just slightly too small for the cutter metal. And I have a couple of them, and now see, I don't even know which one it was to take it out of commission, but we know that it's one of the original ones. Because this often happens, and one of these days I'm gonna start and like label which soap come out of which mold and find that mold, because it's a touch smaller. All right, now I want to show you about this activated charcoal. I want to show you something I find that happens a lot. And I'm actually thinking about increasing the batch size of my Boo Boo Bar, because the activated charcoal that goes in it seems to make it smaller. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? It's just slightly shorter. And, you know, this, I mean, there is a low area, and this is a low area, but look at that. This one, it always is smaller. And I put a lot of essential oils in this one. It's a Boo Boo Bar. And so people sort of feel like that they should pay less for it because it's a touch smaller. But I put just as much soap in this one as I did this one, and they cooked side by side. And I put that activated charcoal in, as you know, at the last minute, and all I had to do is I put it in, stirred it, and then poured the essential oils in and stirred it. But yet still, this activated charcoal had its way with my bar, and it's shorter, it's smaller. Oh, I got to do this one next. This one is the poppy seeds. And the colorant is powdered cocoa. And it doesn't look this color at first. It looks sort of brownish and ugly almost when you first make it. But as it sits in the mold, it makes this really pretty color. And people really like it. I don't know how to explain this color, but it's almost like a pinkish brown. And I love, yeah, this is one where we had a lot of Crispies. She's still learning.
I'm getting better though.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? And those poppies, when you wash with this directly to your skin, it's like a teeny tiny finger massage. Did they go already?
Oh, she was a DoorDash lady.
Oh, what was she up to?
She was been wanting to come in here.
Oh, yeah. Did you ask her about your tag and if there was a way to sort that?
I didn't think about it.
I think you should call them. Smell that soap.
Oh, I love it.
This here smells so much better when you use 100% Ylang essential oil. But Ylang had gotten so expensive, and I kept waiting and waiting and waiting, and finally we got down to our last bar, and I just had to buy something. So I bought some Ylang fragrance from New Directions Aromatics, and their B, not their A, their second down Ylang fragrance. And it's like somebody's cheating on me. It's not as good as it should be. I don't like it. But at least I can offer my customers something until Lang Lang stops being so expensive. It's not right. They're torturing us. I don't know what happened to the Lang Lang. Lang Lang has always been extremely well priced. And then suddenly, we've had this thing happen where some some essential oils just skyrocket out of the blue for, in my opinion, no reason at all. And then boom, years later, a year later, 9 months later, they go back to normal. And the cinnamon crisis was unheard of. I had to start using cassia. Cinnamon got so expensive. It's good, but it's not. It's not what I'm expecting. It's not. But at least I can offer my customers something for the addition, for the price that we pay for this. I mean that they pay for this. I just could not afford 100%. A top grade Lang Lang. And the companies that I normally buy it from, they quit selling it because it jacked so high. Give me 1 bar of that. So now let's do. Oh, did I give you the sticker for that one? No, there it is. It's bar number 24. All right, so now we will do the activated charcoal, and I will show you what I mean. So I'm thinking about doing my activated charcoal soap and just adding a third more or similar, maybe not a whole third, maybe a fourth more. I pull that out of the middle. Look at that. And this one was the end piece. You can tell this was the end piece. Well, that's not a lot different. That's about the same. But look at the one next to it. And I think it cures smaller too. It's just not right. That was pretty good sized. But I have issue. And this stuff here, it smells good. It really smells good. It has several healing essential oils in it, such as geranium. And it is very good for diabetics that don't heal well. It's good for, it has black cumin in it, so it's good for if you have herpes, rashes. It's healing. I won't say that it's an anti-itch, but it's very healing. If you have something, that won't go away, try this on it. See what happens. It's the Boo Boo Bar. And it's high in activated charcoal, which pulls out impurities. And there is our sticker. This is bar number 37. Here you go. Whoop.
Yeah. Sticker wanted to stay with you.
Look, the pink stuff is insidious.
She's trying to come back to you.
There, I'm back. All right.
Hey, we got done just 2 minutes before closing.
Oh, look at that. So, I've got to do another video. I'm hoping that you will stay with me. And and come back. Let me look at questions. There we go. I think I'm sideways. All right. Is it normal for the soap to heat up while curing? I've never had my soap do that. I have never had it to get hot when it was curing. Oh, we'd love to have you come visit Corinth. Hey, Pam! We love you, Pam. Yes. I do, Pam. I give out a lot of recipes in my older videos, but I've never gave out bar number 26 before, the Chickalojo, or bar number 23. Yep, I have videos specifically like named, and then when you click on it, it takes you to a page where the YouTube video is where I did it. So you can find some of the older videos. Yes, Dora Edmonds, I only make hot processed soap. And the reason I do that is because hot processed soap is more natural. I can buy organic and natural things and put it in the soap, and it doesn't get eat with the lye. And I'll explain that for those of you who are new to soaping and you're wanting to do a natural soap bar. When you make cold processed soap, you mix the lye water and the oils together and you stir it, and then you add your expensive additives and your fragrance and you pour it into a mold. I think most of the time you wrap them up or cover them in some way, and the lye is active for up to 2 weeks in that loaf. Most of the time though, within 3 to 4 days the lye is dead. So for at least 2 to 3 to 4 days, the lye is sitting there eating your additives, such as oats or goat's milk or whatever. It's also eating your fragrance, and they find ways to cause the scent to stick. I think it's ways to protect it from the lye, but I'm not sure. Because if you just put essential oils in the soap, and if you would wipe up right here, we'll do that other video. And take these soap molds away, the cutters away. If you, so when you're putting, raw honey and, you buy this local raw honey, and take that home and pour some lye water in it and see what it looks like after a couple of days. And that will make you think before you put raw honey in a cold processed soap. So if you want to put your raw honey in there, it's better to do hot processed soap. What I do is I do a 100% or a zero super fat recipe, zero super fat, so that everything in the crock pot turns into soap. And then at the end, after the cook process and the heat kills the lye dead, it's gone. As soon as it comes out of jail and starts looking like mashed potatoes, you can pull that off, set it on the side, let it cool so the heat don't hurt you, and go wash with it from head to toe. Will not hurt you. The lye's dead. So when you put your super fats, like your expensive shea butter and cocoa butter and all that stuff in at the end, in small portions, just super fat portions, then those oils are never eaten on by lye, nor is your honey. Honey or organic oats, activated charcoal, your bentonite clay. When you're wanting to make a soap that's good for a certain condition of the skin, to help people with their symptoms, because you can't cure their problem, but you can help them with their symptoms legally. You can do a hot processed soap. And you can put your essential oils in at the end after it cools to 160, And those essential oils won't be eaten by lye. And the scent will be just as good when you put it in there as it is when you take it off the curing rack, other than the fact that when your soap is hot, it will smell stronger. And once it's cooled and completely cured, your soap is cold, so it will not be as strong. But once you package it in plastic, the scent blooms, as I call it. And it really smells great. But I always tell people, put it in there where it smells like I think I put too much. Then it'll be just right. Anyway, but you can put, essential oils in there like tea tree that helps people's skin and different things like that. And you don't have to worry about the lye eating it. And you put your super fats and your additives and your essential oils in at the end. And even fragrances, although I think a lot of fragrances are very tolerant, they're synthetic, man-made, so they're tolerant of lye. But like the ones I use from Essential Depot, these are natural-based, hypoallergenic, and so I think they can be damaged to some degree by the lye. So I think it's so much better to do hot process. Now we do have one flaw, or maybe two, that's heat. So we are cooking it, so it is getting hot, your additives, but usually all of your organic and your additives and stuff go in as it's cooling, so it's reducing its temperature when you're putting that in. And I find that every essential oil I've ever used works wonderful as long as you cool the soap to 160 degrees, except for grapefruit. Grapefruit has a flash point of 20 freaking 5. 20 freaking 5! You can't do nothing with that. And then when you put it in the cold process soap, the lye eats on it. But I'm sure it is still better to try to use grapefruit in a cold process soap method. And you can't put it in lotion. It's acidic. It'll eat your skin up. So, you can't put it in bath bombs. Grapefruit's acidic, And so it is limiting grapefruit. But you can make some really wonderful air fresheners and colognes. It's very clean smelling. So there is a place for grapefruit, but it's really not in the soap. Is everybody glad to be alive? I'm glad to be alive. I'm glad to be alive. Let me tell you what I did. I came here today, but right before I left, my mother called me. Hey, Kimberly. They've been locked up for over 7 weeks now. I think we're working on 8. Because, my dad's 85, my mother's 78. If they get the coronavirus, c'est la vie. And I don't want my parents to pass away. So I locked them up early, before they were even talking about quarantining. Just when they were talking about the fact they were coming in on the cruise ships, and they were quarantining the cruise ships, I quarantined my parents. I set them down, I gave them a hug, I told them how much I loved them, and I said, would you please stay in the house? I'll buy you anything you want. So they put money in a Ziploc bag and they put it out on the porch. And then they give me lists. And they'll call me up, hey, Kimberly. Mama will, she'll be like, I heard they got baby chickens at Tractor Supply. And so I'll go baby chicken hunting or whatever it is. And today we needed lawnmower tubes, but Daddy decided that they just needed to get gas. Because every now and then they get in their car and they just drive around up there around close to the house and then they go back home. It's the only way they can keep sane. So Mama decides she wants to go to Lowe's after she gets gas. And I get out, I pump the gas, they give me the money, I pay for it, I don't give them no change. They can't have no money from the salespeople, ladies or men. And they stay in the car. And we get to the Lowe's and Mama wants to look at their outbuildings, So I'm like, okay, cool, that's totally fine. So we go over there. I stay like 13, 15 feet away from Mom. There's nobody there. If anybody got anywhere near her, I would be after them, right? So she's like over there looking at the buildings, and I'm like the radar gun, And so then we get over to the flowers. Ooh, them flowers get all over. Next thing I know, I go in to pay for what she picks out. So I'm like carrying them over there. Keep your window up. Here's the little stub. I'm holding that, that little thing that's in there. I'm holding it up to the window so she can read it. She picks out her flowers. I go in to pay. She gets out of the car. Ah! I walk outside of the florist outdoor section, and there is my mother out of the car. Ah! I was like, get in the car, get in the car, get in the car. Mama, Daddy, too. He said I had to get. I just about lost my mind. I was like, shh, Lysol. I don't know if I'm gonna live through it. Anyway, so when I got here, I was like, is any of y'all doing this for your parents? Has anybody got your parents locked up? Am I the only person that's locked their parents up for their best interest? We go over there and we stand on the carport because now President Trump said you can track it in on your shoes. So she won't let us walk on the deck anymore. She'll get out of the car at Lowe's, but she won't let us walk on the deck anymore unless we put our feet in bleach water. So she set up tables outside under the carport, and we just go to those tables and we get her groceries out, and then she gets out there with her Lysol and her alcohol, and then all the vegetables get bleached. It's a low grade bleach, like 10% bleach water. They all get dunked and then rinsed real good, and they get dried. She's got the cleanest vegetables in town. But she gets out at the Lowe's. So I hope y'all are doing good. I hope y'all haven't lost anyone. I hope none of you has gotten sick. And I pray that every one of you are safe. And please be careful. Here at the store, for those of you who have wondered, we feel like we're essential, and so do our customers. So we've been open 3 days a week during the pandemic close downs. And we wear the masks, and we wear gloves when we wait on our customers. And we have hand sanitizer and paper towels and tissues at the front. Everybody has to sanitize their hands before they can touch stock. And then we've got a lot of trouble for this because we posted on our Facebook page. We take a vaporizer, a Vicks vaporizer. We got the very last one at Dollar General store before they were all gone. And we put it on the counter, sort of like behind the scenes. And we put 2 caps full of bleach in the water, and we turn it on. So we're sanitizing the air. And everybody says we're going to die of bleach poisoning. But I've done this in my own home when people were sick, and it's just a short-term situation. And we're just in here for, a few hours. Right now we're just opening up 4 days a week. And it's our customers come in and they're like, well, thank you so much. I don't know what to do without sage. And, because sage is really important to a lot of people, including me. I love sage. And to be out of sage and not have any and not be able to get more is scary. And they say that sage is, cleans the air, but it just makes everybody happier. We're all shut in our homes. We're getting stir crazy. And one other little update for those of you who care, just keep on with me. If you don't, just hit the off button, go on. I have decided to grow rabbits and raise my own rabbit meat. I did this when I was younger. Be more self-sufficient. And I've gotten baby chickens, and I got some Rhode Island Reds and some Isa Browns. And my mom's all excited. About once a week, I spray the place down real good with Lysol, and I open everything up, including the cage doors of all the animals. And I get out of the barn, and she goes in and gets to see all the animals and everything. And it just sort of gives her a little pick-me-up. And then she gets back in her car. We talk at each other from a distance, and off she goes back across the street. And we're going to get some goats. I'm so excited. I can't wait. And Steve is pretty cool on the whole thing and everything. And so whenever things get going, I thought I might do some videos showing you my baby rabbits. And I think I've put my baby chickens on here once. And if you like that, let me know, and I'll do some more. Little baby chicken. Oh, I think I did some baby rabbits too. I think I did the mama, the mama daddies. They were still a little young when I got them, and now they're bred, and they're gonna have babies, hopefully. And so if y'all would like some videos like that, would you post and let me know that you'd like to see stuff like that? Because I'm always willing to do some little videos and stuff like that. All right. And then I love you. And I'm so happy to be able to be with you during the pandemic. And I'm going to try now that I'm feeling better, because I did get a little sick. I'm going to try to do more videos. All right. So I'm going to hang up, as they say. I'm going to turn this one off. And I'm going to turn it back on because we got mail. And I've got something that somebody sent me that I thought y'all soapers might be interested in. And I bought something else. And I'm going to go over there and take the camera over there, hopefully, and let you see it. All right. Bye, everybody. It's going to be a few minutes. I got to pay my employee, let her go home. And then I'm going to open right back up. And do I have beginner recipes? Yes. www.kimberlymacnut.com. Go to free recipe link. Out of the links on the left. All right. Your left, not mine. All right. Bye, everybody. I love you.